Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. So let's get right to the YouTube show I have for you guys today here on the Fire Sports Pod. So let's get right to it. So we're gonna be going over March Madness, men's college basketball bracket. So if you guys have not filled it out, it starts tomorrow. So you better get to it because the brackets are filling up. I did a couple brackets. So I did some brackets with my friends. I did a bracket with my dad. I did a bracket with my cameraman Kevin. I did a bracket with my friend Joe. I did a bracket for the Bleacher Report. I did a couple brackets for, did about two brackets for uh, CBS. I did one for UConn winning, did one for Kentucky winning. I also did one for the women's. I did Iowa winning, and I did LSU. And then for ESPN, I did Kentucky winning one, and then I did Iowa winning one. So I got a couple brackets, but basically similar to the same thing. So we're just going to be going over the paper ones that I have, which are just the ones that I posted on the YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, which is the men's college basketball March Madness bracket that I did with my dad, and the women's college basketball bracket March Madness bracket I did by myself. So we're going to start with the men's. So first up, last night we took Howard to take down Wagner. Wagner eventually did win this game. So that's that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it up. I'm actually going to go with doing the ones that I have on my phone. Since I've already showed you guys what I have there and I already talked about it on the Apple Podcast. So let's go to the ones that I did for one for the Bleacher Report, which you guys are going to laugh about, and then one that I did for playing with my boys. So let's get right to it. So first up, for the Bleacher Report, I'm going to do the Bleacher Report first because it's the funniest one. All right, so in the East, we got UConn winning against Stetson. I had a number 8 FAU taking on number 9 Northwestern. I got number 9 Northwestern taking the win over FAU. Then you got San Diego State taking on number 12 UAB. I got San Diego State winning this game and advancing. Then you got Auburn taking on number 13 Yale. I got Auburn advancing. Then you got number 6 BYU taking on number 11 Dunquance. I got number 6 BYU advancing. And you got number 3 Illinois taking on number 14 Morehead State. I got number 3 Illinois advancing. Then you move on to I got Washington State taking down number 10 Drake, and I got Iowa State taking down South Dakota State. So we stay in the East region. We have number 1 UConn taking on number 9 Northwestern. I got UConn advancing. Then you got number 5 San Diego State taking on number 4 Auburn. I got number 4 Auburn advancing. Then you got number 6 BYU taking on number 3 Illinois. I got 6 BYU with the upset, and I'm going to take BYU advancing. Then I got Iowa State taking down number 7 Washington State to advance. Then you got UConn versus Auburn. I got UConn beating Auburn to advance. Then you got BYU taking on Iowa State. I got Iowa State advancing, and the best shot that anybody has up in the East region to beat UConn is Iowa State, but I got UConn going to the Final Four in this bracket. And then we move on to the West, where we have North Carolina taking down Wagner, which is technically, now it's Wagner. I got North Carolina taking that. And then I got Michigan State and Tom Izzo taking down Mississippi State at number 9 to advance. You got number 5 St. Mary's. I'm going to take number 5 St. Mary's taking down number 12 Grand Canyon. I got number 4 number 4 Alabama taking down number 13 Charleston. I got number 6 Clemson taking down number 11 New Mexico. I got number 3 Baylor taking down number 14 Colgate. I got number 7 Dayton taking down number 10 Nevada. And I got number 2 Arizona taking on number 15 Long Beach State. Now staying in this one, we have North Carolina taking down Michigan State, the 1 versus the 9. We got St. Mary's losing probably a close one to number 4 Alabama. Alabama advances. You got number 6 Clemson taking down Baylor with an upset here. And you got number 2 Arizona staying with and beating Dayton. Then we have North Carolina taking on Alabama. We got North Carolina advancing. Then we got number 6 Clemson versus number 2 Arizona. We got number 2 Arizona taking down Clemson to advance. Then in the Elite 8 to go to the Final Four, we have North Carolina at number 1 taking on number 2 Arizona. I have North Carolina advancing to the Final Four to take on UConn. Now we're going to move on to the South, where we have Houston taking down Longwood. Then we have Nebraska taking down Texas A&M, the 8 versus the 9. Then you have Wisconsin taking down James Madison, 5-12. You got number 4 Duke taking on Vermont. I got Duke winning. You got number 6 Texas Tech. I got NC State at number 11 winning. And then you got number 3 my Kentucky Wildcats taking down Oakland and winning. Then you have Florida losing to Colorado / Boise State. I got either one of them beating Florida. Then you got number 2 Marquette taking down Western Kentucky. Now staying in the South region, we have number 1 Houston taking down Nebraska. We got Wisconsin taking down Duke and upsetting them. Got NC State upsetting my Kentucky Wildcats, just playing a little bit off the chains. Got NC State winning that game. And then we have Marquette taking down Colorado or Boise State. Now we move on to the next round. We got Houston taking on Wisconsin. We got Houston advancing. Got NC State getting another upset win and taking down Marquette. And then we have NC State taking down number 1 Houston, 11 versus the 1, to advance to the Final Four to face whoever comes out of the Midwest. See, I told you guys it's going to be a crazy, laughable type bracket. Then you got number 1 Purdue taking on Montana State. We got Purdue winning that game. You got number 8 Utah State taking on TCU at 9. We got Utah State winning. Then we got number 5 Gonzaga taking on McNeese. We got Gonzaga winning. We got number 4 Kansas taking on Samford. We got Kansas winning. We got number 6 South Carolina taking on number 11 Oregon. We got South Carolina winning. We got number 3 Creighton taking on Akron. We got number 3 Creighton winning. We got number 7 Texas taking on Colorado State. We got number 7 Texas winning. We got the upset of the day. St. Peter's taking down Tennessee. Let's get it. Told you, it's a funny one. It's a messed up funny one. And then we got Purdue taking on Utah State. We got Purdue winning this game. We got Gonzaga taking on Kansas. Got Gonzaga winning this game. We got Creighton taking down South Carolina. And we got Texas taking down St. Peter's. So, moving from that, we would have Purdue taking on Gonzaga. We got Purdue winning this game. We got Texas upsetting Creighton. We got Texas taking on Purdue. And we got Purdue going into the Final Four to verse NC State. So now the Final Four, ladies and gentlemen, you got UConn at the 1 versus number 1 North Carolina. We are going to take UConn to take down North Carolina to advance to the national championship. Then, what an upset this will be, and what a bracket win this would be if NC State does pull this shit off. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wanted to see, maybe let's see if an upset of the century happens and this team goes on a freaking run of their life. NC State takes down number 1 Purdue. I don't really trust Purdue that much. And NC State goes to the national championship to take on number 1 UConn in the Huskies. And then for the national championship, we are going to take NC State, number 11, taking on number 1 UConn to win the game and win the score of 76 NC State, UConn 72 to win the national championship. We have chosen NC State to win in this game, and that's what's going to happen. So we got NC State winning this game. This is the Bleacher Report. There's 61.32K people that had put a bracket into this. And we are taking NC State with the win. Now, who would have thought that? But at the same time, holy shit. It is ridiculous. Now, we are going to move to what I picked with my boys, or with some of my friends. Now, I had UConn taking down Stetson. I got number 8 FAU taking down Northwestern. I got number 5 San Diego State taking on UAB. I got number 4 Auburn taking down number 13 Yale. I got number 6 BYU taking down number 11 Dunquist. I got number 3 Illinois taking down Morehead State. I got number 7 Washington State taking on number 10 Drake, taking down them. I got Iowa State taking down South Dakota State. I got UConn taking down FAU. I got San Diego State upsetting Auburn and taking on UConn next. I got Illinois taking on BYU and taking them down to advance. I got Iowa State taking down Washington State to advance. I got UConn beating San Diego State, and I got Illinois losing to Iowa State to advance to the Elite Eight, where it would be UConn versus Iowa State, and I got Iowa State upsetting UConn to advance to the Final Four. That's my luck there. I got UConn losing in the Elite Eight. Now in the West, you got North Carolina taking on Wagner. I got North Carolina winning. You got number 8 Mississippi State taking on number 9 Michigan State and Tom Izzo. I got Mississippi State winning. You got number 5 St. Mary's taking on number 12 Grand Canyon. Got St. Mary's winning. You got number 4 All Alabama taking on number 13 Charleston. I got number 4 Alabama winning. You got number 6 Clemson. I got number 11 New Mexico taking the upset win over Clemson to advance. I got number 3 Baylor taking down Colgate to advance. I got number 7 Dayton taking on number 10 Nevada. I got number 10 Nevada advancing. I got number 2 Arizona taking down Long Beach State to advance. And then we have North Carolina taking on Mississippi State. I got Mississippi State upsetting North Carolina to advance. Then you got St. Mary's losing to Alabama. Alabama advances. I got number 3 Baylor taking down on number 11 New Mexico to advance. And I got Arizona taking down Nevada. Then you got Mississippi State taking on number 4 Alabama. I got Mississippi State upsetting number 4 Alabama as well to go to the Elite Eight. Then I got number 2 Arizona taking down number 3 Baylor to advance to the Elite Eight. And I got Arizona taking down Mississippi State to advance to the Final Four to verse none other than Iowa State, the 2 versus the 2. Now we move on to the south side of things. We got number 1 Houston taking down Longwood. You got number 8 Nebraska taking down Texas A&M at 9. I got Wisconsin taking down James Madison. I got Duke taking down Vermont. I got Texas Tech losing to NC State. I got Kentucky beating Oakland. And I got Florida taking and beating Colorado or Boise State. And I got Marquette taking down Western Kentucky. Now I got Houston taking down Texas A&M. I got Wisconsin taking down and upsetting Duke. I got Kentucky taking down NC State and advancing. And I got Marquette taking down Florida to advance. Now I got Houston taking down Wisconsin. I got Kentucky, my Wildcats, taking down Marquette to advance. I got Houston versus Kentucky, and I'm going to take my Kentucky Wildcats to advance to the Final Four. That was in the South region. Now the Midwest region. We got Purdue taking on Grambling or Montana State. It's Montana State we picked. I got Purdue winning this game. Then you got Utah State at 8 taking on number 9 TCU. Got TCU winning this game with the upset. Got number 5 Gonzaga taking on McNeese. I got Gonzaga winning this game. I got number 4 Kansas taking down Samford. Winning this game. I got South Carolina at 6 taking down number 11 Oregon. I got Oregon winning. I got number 3 Creighton taking down Akron and advancing. I got Texas beating Colorado State. And I got Tennessee beating St. Peter's. Now in the next round, we got Purdue taking down TCU to advance. We got Kansas taking down Gonzaga to advance. And we got Creighton beating Oregon to advance. And we got Tennessee beating Texas to advance. Then in Purdue versus Kansas, we got Purdue winning against Kansas. Then we got Creighton losing to Tennessee. And then we got the 1 versus the 2, Purdue versus Tennessee to go to the Final Four. And we got Tennessee taking the upset over Purdue to advance to versus my Kentucky Wildcats in the Final Four to go to the national championship. So it's the 3 versus the 2 in the South and the Midwest. And in the East and the West, we have Iowa State 2 versus number 2 Arizona. So in that to go to the national championship, I got Arizona taking down Iowa State to advance to the national championship, and I got my Kentucky Wildcats. And John Calipari is going to advance this young team to the national championship to verse Arizona, the 2 versus the 3. And Kentucky is going to come out the winner and win the national championship with a score of 69-63. That's who I got winning the national championship, ladies and gentlemen. That's who I got winning the national championship. So, if you guys don't get it, I got all of them winning the national. I've got Kentucky winning the national championship. Those are the bracket. I got money on it. Now, if I win the ESPN crap and I get a bracket, whatever, then I think like $125,000, whatever the case is. But I don't really give a crap about that. But there's a 24.1% chance that people have picked UConn for the champ. There's a 13.9% chance they pick Houston, and there's a 10.4% chance that Purdue as a champ. So we'll see what happens with Kentucky. No one is picking Kentucky. Stephen A. Smith picked UConn. Molly picked UConn. Matt Barry picked Tennessee. Nico Briscoe took UConn. Kevin Connors took North Carolina. Michael Evers took UConn. Kevin Nikeo took UConn. So we'll see what happens. A lot of people picking UConn. I just think everyone's picking UConn and they're just going to get upset. And they're not going to win the national championship. I don't like when everyone picks UConn. I just don't think it works. It works right, and it doesn't pan out. So I think the people that are picking UConn are smart, but at the same time, are they really going to win it all? I don't know, because there's so many people think that UConn's going to win. I think they're just going to fall out and they're not going to win it. I think they either lose in the Elite Eight or in the Final Four, or they lose in the national championship. Either one, they're going to lose. I don't think they're going to win. I really do not think they're going to win. I would probably put any other team but UConn to win. Why? It's just I don't think they're going to win. There's too many people riding on them to win all these games, and I don't think they're going to. Same with South Carolina and the women's. I got Iowa winning. I got UConn winning. I don't have South Carolina. No, I have Iowa or LSU winning. I would rather see Iowa, LSU, or UConn win it. I don't think South Carolina is going to win it. Why? Because UConn and South Carolina are the number one teams, clear number one seed in the whole March Madness bracket, and both of them have to go through a tough thing to get there. UConn and South Carolina has I think one big opponent, and that's it to get to the national championship. But UConn has a lot of big opponents to get there, and I just think that, yeah, they'll get to the national championship, probably UConn and South Carolina, but I don't think they're going to win it. I probably won't have – I don't have them. I have one of my brackets that have UConn going there and winning it all, but I really probably going to go with Kentucky. This is my Kentucky Wildcats. I like them as underdogs. I think they got the best shot. Now, if NC State wins it, bro, dude, I'm him. I'm him, bro. I'm him. But if you look at it, all my brackets really say UConn. So, I mean, Kentucky. That one I did with my dad, Kentucky. The one I did with Kevin, with Joe, he picked UConn. The one I did with Kevin, he picked Tennessee. The one I picked for the women's, I picked Iowa. And if you look at the CBS one that I did, I have Kentucky winning it, and then the second one I have UConn winning it. Then the women's, I got Iowa winning it and LSU winning it. And then if you go to ESPN, I have Kentucky winning it for the men's, and the women's, I have Iowa winning it. So it's consistent. And then for the thing, I got NC State winning it for the men's, and I got Kentucky winning it. So we'll see. We will see. We will see what happens, but I think I got a pretty good shot at doing really well in the tournament. Now, if my Kentucky Wildcats sell me again this year, then we'll see about next year. Maybe I have to change the team, change the way we do our brackets. But I stick with the teams that I love and I'm favored with, and my Kentucky Wildcats. I'm a Kentucky Wildcats through and through. Me and my dad, so we're riding with Kentucky all day, every day. And I like Iowa and Caitlin Clark. I've been sticked and stoned on watching her games. She's the real deal. And I think Angel Reese, LSU, Paige Beckers, and UConn, they all got good shots. South Carolina too, Iowa State, they all got good shots. USC, but I'm sticking with UConn. I'm sticking with Iowa for the women's, and I'm sticking with Kentucky for the men's. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Hawkeyes. Other than that, guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday afternoon, and I will catch you guys on Friday for another show on the YouTube show and Apple Podcasts, Spotify audio show. Peace out and enjoy March Madness. Starts tomorrow, guys. I'll catch you guys on Friday, recapping what happened tomorrow and what's happening on Friday. Peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your